Don't know if you can hear that, but it's a bit breezy. It's a bit windy. Hello, how you doing? It's been a long time, and it's not been a long time because I've been extra busy. I've just had to evaluate a few things. There's a posh word, evaluate. Quickly, find the dictionary. I've been coming home from my workshop, the main workshop, and then I've been coming to here, and I've been neglecting a few things at home, and there's just a few things at home that have been needed doing, so I had to spend the last couple of months doing those. But I've missed doing this, so we'll do a few things here and there. So I've got no idea which camera I'm on. Oh, I'm on that camera. Right, yes. Model number is there, but you probably can't see it because of that. It's an LE37R88BD, but it's old. And at the moment, it's dead, I think, the customer said. But you can possibly see on this camera here, we do have a standby light. So I'm just going to try some of these old-fashioned touch-sensitive buttons, which never gave any problems at all, did they? It seems to be stuck in standby. So, well, it does at least have a standby light. So, is the remote going to do any difference? Probably not. Oh, it does. The remote brings it on. Have we got a sensor issue? Let's see if we can switch it off. Won't go into standby. This is from the age of bad capacitors. And bad capacitors on this is bad news. Because the trouble is with bad capacitors, you get ripple, which causes problems on the EEPROM. And this may be a software problem. This is more likely software EEPROM mainboard, I would think, rather than power board, but you never know. Just having a quick look here. I can see for starters that a resistor looks a bit fried. The caps themselves look okay. So I would think on this we've got an error with the main board. I bet the voltages are okay on the power board, and if you disconnect the main board from the power board, I bet you the voltages on the power board are fine. In fact, that's what we'll do, so bear with me. So just after a quick visual inspection of this, the power board, the trouble is with the power boards on these machines, they're getting to an age now when they always look a bit rough. I mean, we have a resistor here. I'll just switch it on. Ohms, which looks like it's burnt up, but I don't think it is. I just think it's it's old, but it's working. And the TV is on, so if we try and get a reading, not getting a reading. Maybe the ground is bad. I know why. Schoolboy error. We're actually on. No, we're not. Now you can see we're getting a reading from that. It's a loose reading, and there's a reason why it's a loose reading, and I'll show you in a second. Shouldn't be that loose. So you can see the resistor. It's climbing. It's burnt, but it's okay. I'm just going to plug the TV in. If I can get everything to reach. And if I just go to volts and do a voltage check, we should see around 180 here. And it's all over the place. Look at it. The power board is recycling. Now you have to remember, of course, it's the job of the main board to turn on the power board. So, because if you remember at the beginning of this, we looked at the standby light. The standby light was steady. We turned the TV on, and then we couldn't turn the TV off again. It was permanently on. But I think the truth is it was recycling. We just didn't see it on the standby light. So this is all over the place. So let's just watch what happens if I disconnect the main board, if anything happens. Not much room for manoeuvre. Now, look how that settled down at 140 volts. With the main board disconnected. So I think the TV needs a new main board, and more than likely it's a series of capacitors just under here, just under this heat shield. There are some capacitors. I mean, if there's a shield there, imagine what the capacitors are going to be like. I'm surprised they didn't get cooked after the first year. Bearing in mind this TV is what? Did we say 15 years old? 18 years? I can't remember. Anyway. So we're going to do a part 2 for this video. It's just a quickie. This was the diagnosis. Let's see if my diagnosis of a main board is correct. It could be main board and power board, but I don't think so. The 5 volt is always steady on the power board. The 13 volt is missing, and there's a 3.3 that's on there as well for the tuner, which is up and down and up and down. But I think it is down to the main board causing issues. So I'm going to go in search. I've got plenty of these main boards because it was the same. This is a 37 inch. It was the same for the 46 inch. It was the same for the 50 inch, and I think maybe the 42 inch, 32 inch as well. You just change the screen size when you go into the service menu. So I'm going to find another main board, we'll stick it in, and we'll see what happens on part 2. So it's going to be a quick part 1 and a quick part 2, but well, part 2 is going to be even quicker.